All right, guys, finally here we are in Portland. Nope. That is in Oregon. And right here, this waterfall is called Multnomah Falls.
God have mercy upon us.
Wow. So finally, welcome to the United States of America. Welcome to New York City, the capital city of the United States of America.
Oh my God! Wow!
Welcome, everybody. This is Mr. Nice, your host of Kung Fu Fanta. I see we got 4 people watching right now. Thank you for coming in. And again, it's been a while since I've been doing any type of live streams, any type of pre-recorded videos. So I do appreciate everybody being here now. And for those who are going to be watching later and can't make it to the live, I welcome you now. And today I'm going to probably extend this live stream up to 2 hours, maybe. But what we have to focus on right now is um, the whole thing about the LGBT thing coming out in Nyabohanse, like who's responsible. The government coming to the town has a list of 27 names, right? I've been watching, Carol, OT, and a few others, talk about this thing. And I find it very interesting that the government did it in this way. And while I was watching Carol's live stream the other day, I noticed it was Mike Ventures who came up and was on the microphone, started speaking about the situation. I did watch his video. We will go over that video and react on it a little bit in this live stream because there's some things that, we got to hear. If anybody hasn't heard it, I also have a different point of view. And I also have some stuff that I'm going to bring after that that pertains back in the year of 2023 of probably who is the person or one of the main key people who were responsible for bringing this cult-like behavior into the village in Nyabohanse, where we have some popular YouTubers. Some are good, some are bad, the good, the bad, the ugly, right? So anyway, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and share, and we'll go ahead and get started with Mike Venture's latest video that was approximately 12 days ago. It was on the 8th of April, 2026. It's gotten over 500 views, almost 600 views. And it's called Breaking News, Untold Story about who is the founder of LGBTQ in Nyabohanse Village. Who is the founder? So I found the title was very interesting as well. So who is the founder? Well, I don't think there could really be any one particular founder, right? You're either in it or you're not. Now, if you're talking about maybe an organization that partakes in that, then that's one thing. But who can really be the founder of somebody participating on their own? That could be anybody, right? Most of the stuff is influenced from countries like that are located in Europe, as well as North America, that are coming to Africa or doing it virtually through the internet, through social media, to try to encourage Africans and people from all over the world who are not into the stuff to get into the stuff, right? So this is an issue that's real. People who impose their beliefs on other people who don't want it, right? And this is going to be a continuing battle, basically. And there's one thing about not speaking on this to give it power, and that's true. But the situation that Africa, like places like Africa, are in is that if you don't speak about it, they use that silence against you. These people who influence other people, they use that silence against you to infiltrate. And that is the issue of what happened to America, because I remember I was old enough to remember when this was not accepted in America. It was there, but it was not accepted. And it used to be a time where if you got caught in America, you'd be arrested for that. Not anymore, of course. But then I say probably the 60s, you couldn't get arrested anymore, but there's other things you could still get arrested for, right? You couldn't promote it and all this other stuff. And all that went away as well. So there are people from the West that are going to continue to try to bombard Africans, and they're going to do it with all slick, tactics like they're going to gift people with a laptop, with a GoPro, give them some money, promises of getting a visa to come to the country. And then, yes, we're going to have people they're actually going to go through with it and pretend that they're part of the LGBT, but they're not. But if you participate in doing that, well, you actually are. Just to get that visa, to get that green card, you are a part of it at that point in time. So, I mean, let's not fool ourselves. And it's for economic reasons for a lot of people, but still you're participating in it if you actually do that. And that's not a good thing. Hold on one moment. Ava Miller, thank you for coming in. I appreciate you being here. We got 5 people. Go ahead and get the likes up. I love Lucy. Thank you for being in as well. Let me check my Rumble. The stream, I did something wrong on Rumble. It's not streaming. I set it for 9 o'clock, so it might be waiting for that to do that over there. So, but anyway, if it doesn't work, I'll just upload this live stream over there. Go ahead and follow me on Rumble. You should see the link in the chat. Go ahead and go over there and subscribe to my channel on Rumble. It's the same channel, just on Rumble, different platform. And yeah, so if you participated in that way, you are a part of the problem, you know, and it's for a lot of selfish reasons. You know, it's not just poverty. Poverty is truly, when people say that poverty is, how would I say? Well, there's a few different words. Let me just use one that's very common, because there's a few that's very common. Is an illness. It's a curse, and it really is. It really is, because it comes to the point where if you're in poverty, people will do just about anything, and a lot of people will do anything just to get a dollar. And we don't want to get to that point. We don't want our society to get to that point, but a lot of people are doing that. And then, you know, there are some people out there, let's just say everybody's doing good in some places, right? Yeah, some people that will do anything for a dollar, and they already have money. And they're going the extra mile to be sick in the head, sick in the heart, you name it. Nikki, thank you for coming in. So let's see here. We got a heart from Eva Miller. Lucy saying hi. Nikki is saying hello. Everybody is saying hello to each other. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so my experience with this is that the infiltration is real. So when Mike spoke about that and other people spoke about that, it is real. It's a fact. The infiltration is real. We all know it. And for those who have moved from Kenya and other places to the West, and the way people talk about it, and if the conversation of Africa ever comes up and that is mixed into the conversation, you know that the infiltration is real, because a lot of those people that are there, that you move to that country and they're from that country and they're speaking on both topics at the same time as if they're one. They want the whole world to be a LGBT utopia, which is crazy. And it cannot be that way. It does not belong. It's un-African, and it does not belong in Africa in any way, shape, or form. So based on what I just said there last, this is something that Mike Venture said in his latest video, towards the end of his video, for like the last 5 minutes. And I want to start there. So let me go ahead and share his video. Let me get it up on the screen. First of all, you all can hear me, right? Let's just make sure that y'all can hear me before I get started. I just need one response. Can anybody hear my audio right now? Okay, thank you, Lucy. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. I think there's a little bit of a delay in the chat. Okay, so let's see. We're going to go here. We're going to share that screen. Let's see. We're going to allow. All right, let's make sure that you all can see what I can see. So I did find this interesting, what Mike had to say. And I think it's important that we focus on what he's saying, and I'm really, really going to focus on what he's saying. So we try not to miss anything that he's saying. Okay, I'm not going to play this whole video, but I'm going to start at the end. Then I'm going to go back to the beginning and probably play around 8 minutes of it because there's some other important things that he says in the beginning. And then I'm going to take you all to some stuff that I found in 2023 that I actually witnessed viewing back in 2024, I believe. Maybe 2023, but 2024. So here we go. Yep, y'all can see what I'm seeing. All right, all right.
These educational materials can really support us, guys. So just to end this video today, let's try to come together and help these young girls and boys not to be trapped for this kind of bad things. Let's try to support each other. That's how we are going to save these young boys and girls. So every day I will be trying to make some speech, some talks, so that now, because people are with the Android phone, people are on with the internet, people can watch. Sometimes what we are speaking, maybe it will make sense. Some people maybe think Mike is not making sense. It's okay, but whoever will take my message, may you also share this message to other people. But we should not have an LGBTQ community here in the village. We should not have a homosexual in this village. We should not have lesbianism in this village.
So, Mike, I just want to correct you. Homosexual and lesbian are the same thing. Lesbian is just the female version of the homosexual. Homo in Greek means the same. So, but I agree with him. So let's just go back just a little bit. Make sure we heard him right.
Sense. Some people maybe think Mike is not making sense. It's okay, but whoever will take my message, may you also share this message to other people. But we should not have an LGBTQ community here in the village.
We shall not have that community in the village. This is what Mike is saying. We shall not have that community in this village. Let's go.
We should not have a homosexual in this village.
We shall not have that thing in this village. So Mike is making it very clear. It's like he's using his hands as pointing out as bullet points on a spreadsheet. We will not have this. We will not have that. Let's go.
We will not have lesbianism in this village. It's your life. It's their life. But what are we showing for our young generation?
Facts. What are we showing to our younger generation? Why are we inviting people from places in America like, say, Miami, Florida, Chicago, Illinois, San Jose, California, and bringing weird ideas and speaking directly to our children in the village? Why are some of us doing that? Why?
What are we showing to our kids? Because when these things is not going to stop in this village, I'm telling you, this village in some few years, Nyabohanse is going to be a very bad place.
But here's the correction. Nyabohanse already is a very bad place. It's already been coined Sodom and Gomorrah back in 2024. When Mura came back, he was determined to make it that way, and he succeeded. He brought the passport bros in. He invited a lot of passport bros. We have people giving up their noodles, through images and videos and stuff like that. This is already happening. This has been happening. So this message here, it's never too late to say this, but to say it's not going to be, it already is that. There's somebody in that popular YouTube family that's already one of these people. He is already one of these people. We've proven that on multiple occasions, to where he's even wearing the gear this community gear on his t-shirts, that he's representing that. He was with Coco Girl, where she wears a bracelet on one of her wrists representing that, because that's what she is. She goes both ways. That is what she is. She was promoting that when she was there. Even Christmas List, he took the video down, but when he was with Uncle Mo and went to one of the elders' house and started talking about and bringing up something that was absolutely, it was actually illegal to bring up the conversation and try to impose about men marrying men with little kids, his little grandkids. If some of you remember, the little babies, they're like 3 and 4 years old, sitting behind the grandfather, listening to Chris talk to the grandfather about this weird stuff that he was pushing on the grandfather to try to force him to answer his question. Okay. So it's already there because people have already influenced. And before YouTube became a thing in Nyabohanse, there were other people there that were coming there, because we've always had people coming in from other countries influencing people in secret, not just online, but in person, person to person. This is what's been going on. But let's go.
So we should not keep, especially for those people doing a reaction video, whether positive and negative. We should sometimes call ourselves, have one meeting, everyone to speak. I remember we had this meeting when we were young content creator, when we started doing content creation. Pablo, one of the content creator here in the village. There's a day that Pablo organized the meeting, so all the content creator can come together and speak before even making videos. So we have to come together and try every content creator to bring ideas on how we can support, on how we can help. That's why even these young content creators, these young boys, young girls that are now doing this kind of bad things here in the village, maybe they will stop. They will be ashamed because they are hiding. They are doing these things. They are hiding. They get donations. They go take Airbnbs. They go take these young girls. They do those bad things in those Airbnbs, those small rooms, and it's true. People don't speak about it. So
True, people don't speak about it because, one, the incentive is they're making money, and if it's in secret, they're going to think that a lot of people are never going to find out, or nobody's going to find out. Not a lot of people, but nobody's going to find out. But these things always come out in the wash, because even some of the people who participate, there's like this guilt inside them that's going to bring this out, because they know what they participated in, even if they were like the quote unquote victim part of it, right? They can't help keep that in because it hurts. Everybody knows that this is not the right thing to do, because it's not just un-African, it's unnatural. It's a crime against humanity. You could do whatever you want to do with yourself. You could do it with somebody else that agrees. But to try to push it on society, this is a crime on humanity. Okay? And so this should never be allowed. And it's illegal to promote it in Kenya. Whether if you're a Kenyan citizen or somebody coming in from another country, it is illegal to promote it within the country. If you get caught in the act of it, that's 14 years in prison in Kenya. That's on the books. 14 years. Now, it's not illegal to be one of these people because they have rights. Everybody has rights just to be. But if you're caught in the act of it, or if there's any evidence that you participated, or any evidence that you promoted it, you could do 14 years in prison. Now, 14 years is fair. And to be honest with you, that's kind of lenient, if you ask me. But let's go.
Let's try to come together, guys, the content creators, one day, one time. It will really help us if we come together and raise awareness to everyone. We will spot these young girls, young boys, and we'll tell them the truth that they should. It's very as shameful when our mothers, our fathers, or other people, watching these kind of things or listening or hearing these kind of things that is currently happening here in the village of Nyabohanse.
Okay, I want to play that back. Let's listen to what he just said. It brings back to what I just said earlier, a few minutes ago. Okay.
Watching these kind of things, others will tell them the truth that they should. It's very as shameful when our mothers, our fathers, or other people, watching these kind of things or listening or hearing these kind of things that is currently happening here in the village of Nyabohanse. I can't breathe.
Okay, so he's talking about people watching and listening what's going on here in the village, right? So again, I brought up Christmas list because I'm never going to forget and I'm never going to forgive him for what he did. Okay? What he did to that old man, he belongs in prison. He actually belongs in prison. He ambushed that man. The man was so confused, and the children in the background, I can't get that image out of my mind, that they were listening to all this and wondering what the heck was going on. What is this white man from Canada talking about to my grandfather? I never heard these words before. And even though Uncle Mo was trying to say, this is not allowed, this and that, it didn't stop Chris. It did not stop him. But I saw that not really many people gave much of a attention to what Chris did when they did watch that video. That was wild. That was really wild. And I have to say that most of those people that didn't do that are the people that are in the village, because a lot of them are involved in this because they're making money, or they're being pimps to get people involved, but they won't get involved themselves, but they'll collect money for other people that are getting involved in it. That's still involvement. All this stuff is going around, but the world is watching.
Because of these disgusting things, guys. Disgusting things. I'm sorry for if.
And he's saying it's disgusting things. So this is Mike admitting that these are disgusting things. I like to say welcome to, I think it's Flower Suite, if maybe that's in short. Thank you very much for coming in. I also like to thank Joanne for being in. And Nikki says, Lucy, my concern is that these officials are easily bribed. These sentences may not come to fruition. And a lot of them, that will be the case. That will be the case. It's going to be the rare person that's not corruptible or not corruptible at that moment and really cares about this type of thing, because they might be thinking, if this happens here, it might affect my part of Kenya. And I got kids over there in my part of Kenya, right? So you have to get those people to be in the right place at the right time. But this is a real thing, very real thing. And people who are from these countries, for people who are watching, and you may not understand, this is a real thing. People will take bribes just to shut up, like on the real. You're welcome. You're welcome as well. So let's continue to listen to Mike.
You didn't like my talk, but may God give you that strength of saying, Mike, say I'm sorry or whatever. Keep supporting Mike Ventures. See you for the next talk, guys. Hit that notification, comment, like, and share. And if you have any idea, kindly share with me, guys, so that we can raise awareness. So send your a lot of ideas, so that we can make a talk using those ideas that we have to see how we can save this world or this community of Nyabohanse. See you in the next talk. This is Mike Ventures African. Hit that notification bell. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Okay, so read what Lucy's saying on the screen. However, there have been cases of people being unalived for being a part of the group, which is very true. We're talking about Africa. Kenya is no exception. They might do it underground. And so, even though that this village is very corrupt in a very social media type of way, I guess I can put it, is that even in this village in Nyabohanse, there's people there that don't agree with this at all. And there's going to be people that are not on social media when they know this happens and they can get away with it. They will take the chance to unalive somebody that's participating in this. So don't just think that, oh, if you go to, you got to go to Kisumu in order to be unalived and all this for this type of stuff. No, some people right there in Nyabohanse feel this way too, no matter how corrupt it is. So get that straight. People are in danger. This is a very real thing. Even in South Africa, even though this stuff is legal there, the majority of the population in South Africa don't agree with this. And the reason why is because it wasn't their vote that made it legal. It was the ANC. So Parliament are the ones who made it legal. The people of South Africa did not. And that's why so many of them are being unalived in South Africa. It seems like almost every single day. If they're not unalive, they're getting beat up. The reason why is because, one, a lot of them, they're doing exactly what the Americans are doing. They're trying to get people who are not to be that way. They're trying to get people who are not to promote it. They're trying to get people who are not to just be okay with it. And they're not okay with it because they want to get at your children. If you come here to the United States, even though with Trump in power and stuff like that or whatever, it doesn't matter. It's like in the schools in so many places, they are pushing this on your kids. And if you don't participate, if you don't let your children participate in school with this stuff, the authorities in some cases have been taking children away from the parents. So this is a for real thing because they won't participate in sodomy or the education of sodomy. This is something that's real. And this is what they want to push in Africa. And for the one person who's curious about it, don't be curious because it's not worth it. It's not worth your life. It's not worth your dignity. It's not worth destroying your culture over. It's not worth it. I guarantee you that. I guarantee you that. Hey, Verve, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. So now let's go to the beginning of this and let's hear what Mike has to say. And then we'll get to the 2023 video I'm going to bring up.
There is natural mistake blowing through the air. How you die. Many more. Many more. Mike Deongarasi. My channel name is Mike Ventures Africa. And I'm really grateful and thankful for your great support, and always there for Mike Ventures. Thank you so much. I don't take you for granted. And if it's your first time crossing this channel, consider by subscribing, like, share, and comment. I believe in teamwork. I really believe in teamwork. And I'm happy for everyone. So keep supporting this channel, guys. Keep supporting Mike Ventures. Road to success. Road to success. And today I just want to talk. I just want to talk because people don't talk about it.
Tell us, Mike.
You know, Nyabohanse is a great place. It's a great village. It's a great village, famous for YouTube content creators. And through YouTube content creation, there are so many people have been helped. The orphans, the widows, you know, the content creators, ourselves. So,
including yourself, Mike.
So that's why I always say Nyabohanse, it's a blessed community. But there's other issues, some other things that we don't talk, we don't raise awareness. And today I felt like it's good because I've been sharing with some of the content creators about it. I've been also talking with the elder people about it, and they know this, what is trending and what is going on, because the only internet, when they watch us here in the village of Nyabohanse, they normally watch dramas, know what we are doing.
That's true. Pretty much, I would have to say 60% or more of what we're seeing out of Nyabohanse is drama. From one content creator to the other, it's drama, drama, drama. And for the people who make a lot of videos in Nyabohanse that's not about drama, their views kind of suffer. Majority of them, right? We all know this. But let's go.
You know, but there are other things that people don't talk about it, and they know this is a very big problem, especially for our kids.
Now, he mentioned other things, plural. So it's not just about this one subject. We're talking about corruption. We're talking about unaliving people. We're talking about mugging people, breaking into people's homes. There's a lot of things that, when he says things, there's a lot of things. It's not just this one thing. There are a lot of things that need to be addressed that has gotten so bad in this village ever since Mura came back to the village that it wasn't much of an issue. You got a lot of lazy people now who are no longer farming. You know, like I said a long time ago before with Kenny living abroad, if you have enough land and you're making money on farming, you should diversify your income. You do YouTube and farming. Don't give up farming for YouTube just to make money on YouTube. So if you are successful on YouTube, continue to farm. So that way you have two incomes, and that way you stay in shape, you keep up your skills and all that other stuff. You never know, your farming might branch out someday into something that's going to be a big enterprise within the country of Kenya. You never know. But the fact is, if you just get rid of farming and then YouTube demonetizes you for whatever reason, or YouTube goes away for whatever reason, then if you don't keep up on the farming, you're going to have to start from scratch pretty much. And what happens if you missed a season and now you got to get started like right away? You missed a season on a certain crop. I mean, that stuff does happen. It happens to farmers all the time, right? So these guys need to stop being lazy. These guys and gals need to stop being lazy. And for the ones that were in farming, they need to get back to farming and do YouTube at the same time. That would be a smarter thing to do. But let's go.
Or for our new generation. And I'm very sad. And today I said I will talk about it.
KLA.
I remember when I watched one of the video of a family or a friend, there was a subscriber who sent him a video or a link to react on that video, because it was not a good video. And that content creator said, no, I will not do that, because that was your agreement between what you were doing with that person. And in fact, the subscriber or the donor wanted to expose after they disagreed about the contracts or about whatever they were doing.
Now, I'm not sure who he's talking about exactly, but this sounds like it could be he's talking about it's Passy and Trenchtown. It could be that he could be talking about Aaron Dante and some of the situations with that. It also sounds like he could be most likely talking about Matinde, where she was taking noodles for this guy that was paying for a house. We all remember that, right? She lost her husband over it and everything. So I'm not sure who he's talking about, but in any three of those people, in those cases, there's a lot of cases like that. So, but it makes me wonder exactly which one he's talking about.
And now, this has not stopped. Now it has influenced It has influenced some youth here in the village, both gender, girls and boys. And for me, I feel sad and I don't know how to put it. But here in the village, people don't speak about it. And I know people know that this is not right. I don't know if because of they're doing it because of the
Okay, so check this out. He knows that the people know that that this is not right. They know that it's not right. So he's clarifying that people know it's not right. So that means Mike knows it's not right. This is 2026 in April. Mike knows that this is not right. So keep that in mind.
poverty, or they're doing it because they want money.
And I brought that up not too long ago, right? So he's bringing it up now.
And the fact and the truth has to be told. So here in the village, we have now lesbianism, homosexual, in general, LGBTQ community. We have LGBTQ community here in the village. I don't know if they're doing, I'm still repeating, I don't know if they're doing it in the sake of money or poverty. Some youths are being influenced with others. And the truth has to be told. You saw here in Nyabohanse now, there is lesbianism, there is homosexual. I'm not trying to tell those people, because we have to respect our community. We have to respect our community, especially where are we taking the new generation, the younger generation. We are afraid because we have kids.
Okay, so let's hear him say that again. Let's hear him say that again.
There is lesbianism, there is homosexual. I'm not trying to tell those people, because we have to respect our community. We have
see that he didn't make clear, and he's probably got, I mean, it happens to me too. He's probably got a little bit of fog right now when he's thinking, but try not to tell them what. He didn't clarify that. So it would have been good if he had somebody next to him that would have heard that too, and probably brought it up to him, like, not tell them what. Because right now it's like, okay, I'm thinking after everything he just said before this, you're not telling them what, like you're not trying to tell them what to do with their lives. Okay, I can absolutely understand that. You can't tell people what to do with their lives, just like people can't tell me what to do with my channel. I won't put up with that, right? But not tell them what? Not tell them that they're breaking the law. That's not telling them what to do. That's informing them or reminding them. So I'm not sure what he meant by that. So let's go.
We have to respect our community, especially where are we taking the new generation, the younger generation. We are afraid because we have kids. People are doing pornography and they're being sent,
which was a big, huge problem, the latter part of 2024, when all those noodles started coming out and everything, and bled into 2025. Yeah, so that's a big issue. I brought that up already, so he's bringing it up. So these are one of those things, plural, things with an S, things that's a problem. That's a big passport bro problem. That's also a big problem with some of these guys who have these websites and they're collecting and they're selling these images. You remember that. So this is the issues that they're having in the village, because people are watching on these social media channels, Facebook, YouTube, and everything, right? Even Reddit, because Reddit has a community of this sick people as well. is that they're looking for vulnerable communities that are desperate for money in order to get what it is that they need. So if it's not poverty videos, it's corn videos. If it's not poverty pictures, it's corn pictures, right? So this is what these people are after, and these types of things sell to a lot of other people that just like to consume this type of imagery. So they can give two shits about how somebody is suffering in those photos, like in real life, like real life. They can care less. And a lot of these people, that consume this stuff, they're not doing so well themselves in their own communities where they're at, whatever country that they're in. They're not all people with a lot of money. There are a lot of poor people that are just sick as well. So again, it's like a lot of people get off on this stuff. And it just makes you wonder, like, how did we ever get to this point? Well, I can tell you, it's by being too lenient in society on certain things, not everything. I'm talking about certain things that actually make sense not to be lenient about, because when you become lenient about certain things, it becomes dangerous. It becomes very dangerous to society. And then people suffer over that danger. It involves human trafficking. It involves imagery that ruins people's lives. Some people take their own lives after they've been found out. You know, it's absolutely nuts. It's out of control. And we have people, and one of them for sure from Nyabohanse, who's been traveling the world, is one of those people. By being a passport bro, he's one of those people. But let's go.
Money with donors. Recently we were called after they were caught, and we know
people who buy these videos, most of them are going to be, majority of them are going to be from like North America, Europe, people in the Middle East. And yes, people in the Middle East consume this stuff. So even Asia, yeah, people in Asia as well. So it could be anybody. It could be your next door neighbor. You wouldn't even know it. It could be anybody. It could be your boss at work, right? You know, if you're making $100,000 a year and you have a fellow employee at your job that's making half of what you're making, it could be that person. Okay. So it doesn't matter. It's just, you don't know who the people are, who they are. It's the people who consume this stuff are the ones that are buying into it. That's what it is.
No, because we've seen the videos, we've seen the link, and I really don't know. And it's not these people are from outside. Most of these people they are from this community.
You heard that? Did you hear that? And how did they know? How did they learn to do that? Well, one of them is from Nyabohanse. But the majority of the people is the people associated with this one person who's from Nyabohanse. And it's these other people who don't even know that person who's from Nyabohanse, who like I said, watches all these videos, talks to other people on social media that are like those people, and they start getting contact with our fellow brothers and sisters there in Nyabohanse, because a lot of them have their WhatsApp numbers, phone numbers, actual real phone numbers, to where they can be contacted. Easy access. And that's where it all starts. When you have that easy access to them, and you don't have to spend money on an air ticket to go meet them in order to get them to do these things, they save a lot of money in the process. And in a way, it makes it safer for them not to get caught, even though they're leaving a digital trail, like they call them, like digital breadcrumbs. You're leaving a trail of evidence. Which in majority of cases don't ever get looked at because there's just so many people doing it. But for the ones who actually get investigated and they get found out, some of them do go to prison for the things that they're doing. So, but he's saying the majority is from this community in Nyabohanse. So let's continue to listen to Mike.
So we really don't know where is the world going. Where is Nyabohanse going? Are we going to build this Nyabohanse in a good way? So I felt like today I want to talk about it. I know there is people are going to watch this video, and you should also share this video because we are raising awareness to our young girls and boys. People are trapped doing evil things, ritual things. For me, I will call them, this is ritualistic, ritual, evil things. God will really punish us one day. God will punish us one day. So if we don't raise...
So listen to what he's saying. God will punish us one day. And this is a ritualistic type of thing, a ritualistic bad type of thing. It's part of Sodom and Gomorrah. But you know what a lot of people get confused about Sodom and Gomorrah? They think it's about that one thing. If you actually read about Sodom and Gomorrah, what it was really about, these are two different locations, and there's a lot of areas around those two cities that were the same way. So it's like a whole region. And these people, this took place in Africa, by the way, but these were not people that originally came from Africa. They came into Africa as far as the evidence, the historical evidence. The thing is that it wasn't about this one thing. What happened in Sodom and Gomorrah? Corruption, murder, right? Slavery, adult and child slavery, human trafficking, prostitution, gambling, all of it. It was the epitome of criminal activity back in that day. And this is one of those criminal activities, criminality against humanity. So when he said things, plural with an S, many things are going on in this village, this is the Sodom and Gomorrah of Kenya, which is Nyabohanse.
Raise awareness on our small girls and boys. This issue of the LGBTQ community here in the village is going to expand. And you've been seeing it, guys. Help Mike Ventures to raise awareness. All the content creators, let's try to stop these things. We are hiding so many things we don't share to the people, and if we don't raise awareness, it's gonna be worse. I'm telling you guys, it's gonna be worse.
That's facts. And what's up, Otto? Thank you for coming in. That's facts. It's going to get worse. And so if you don't address it and put your foot down, and you don't have to wait for the law to do anything. I mean, the thing in Kenya, if you get assaulted and beat up, and then somebody tells the police and the victim doesn't actually make the report, then there's no crime. So without mob justice, the community can come together and do citizens arrest. You have witnesses and stuff on certain things. You can get rid of a lot of this stuff almost probably within a month. If everybody really got together and really cared, they can get rid of a lot of the stuff. That the streets would be safer at night. You can have nighttime patrols because with all the muggings that are going on at nighttime in Kenya and in Nyabohanse, they could be doing that. They could be making, because some people have to walk home at night. They have to. They have no choice. Every place has where people have jobs at night, or they have to go from one place to the other because they have to do something. Who wants to get mugged at night, right? Max one a long time ago said he got jumped one night, right? Allegedly. So it's like there's things that can be done that you don't have to involve the police, and then you can make reports because if you have more than one eyewitness, right? On a lot of these things, you can just go ahead and make the police report. You know, if you're being victimized and you fight back and you have people with you, like your own police force, whatever, which is the community police force, you can do it. You could turn these people over to the police and have them get prosecuted and everything. I mean, there's a lot of things that can be done right now. You get back to the days of making a safe community like it used to be in Nyabohanse, because that's how they used to do things a lot in Nyabohanse. But things have changed. You can go back to the way it was. But if you don't do it, it's never going to happen. And that's a fact.
So this is the truth and the fact that now we have young boys and girls here in the village are influenced with others to do these kind of things that I'm mentioning here. And I don't know how to stop this before it gets worse. Now I'm making this video, even now my life will be in danger because now I'm talking the truth. Maybe these people have big donors who will come after me. But the truth and the fact is, we have to stop this habit in this village of Nyabohanse. And whoever is funding this, please kindly stop, because where are we taking this great Nyabohanse? Do we really want to change this village in a better way, in a good way, in love, peace, and harmony? Or are we now putting these young girls and boys in a danger? The reason why I'm saying it, there is a lot of diseases. There is HIV/AIDS. There is STIs. And if these people don't know how to protect themselves, then it's gonna be like a chain, guys. It's gonna be like a chain.
Chain reaction.
You know, like young girls will be dating with our boys here. For example, my son doesn't know. Maybe this girl has been affected. He doesn't know. And we are going to have a village of so many young men or young girls, you know, being infected. And it's gonna be a chain. So let's try to raise awareness. Let's speak to these people, these young boys and girls who are now in this industry of doing this kind of bad things because of money. I'm really sad for the poverty that we have here. I know here in the village most of people live less a dollar a day. So I'm really sad on how we can empower the youth, the young boys and girls. There's so many things we can do that can generate income apart from doing these kind of things. There is farming, there is, a lot of things that we can do to generate income. Let's not support these ritual things.
See, even Mike acknowledges farming is a way to make money. You can farm, you can YouTube, you could probably even do a little bit of mining. What Masuba One has done gold mining in the area. They have gold mining processes going on, I think, just outside the village. So there's different ways you can make money, and you can combine these different ways to make more money. You can do one thing full time and then something else part time. In America, people do that all the time. There's people with a full time job, and then they have a part time job on the side to make that extra money, either just because there's something they want to buy. They just want to stack up more money in the bank account for retirement quicker, or because they need to pay something off. So I know for a fact you can do it in Kenya. I know people in Nyabohanse can do it, because Nyabohanse, actually the Kuria people are known to be big time farmers, right? Even KLA sent me some videos of Koreans going around different parts of Kenya, and they're like the fastest farmers that can clear a field so quickly without machines. And somebody's playing some music, right? Motivating the other guys that are tilling the land. I mean, it's just incredible to watch this, but they're Korean. So I know for a fact that this could be done. And they do that a lot in Tanzania. I've watched videos of Koreans in Tanzania doing this as well, not just in Kenya, but the majority of them are in Tanzania. So this is like a cultural thing. They could do it. They can make money. They know how to do it, and they should do it.
Let's try to raise awareness to these young girls, young boys. You know, let's show them how to fish, not how to get to buy a fish. The world is ending. Nyabohanse is going to be a place where they will not. Nyabohanse is going to be a place where there is no any respect.
Hey, welcome, Chart. Thank you for coming in.
You know, because each and every day, you know, we are really fighting each other. We don't take care of each other. We don't support each other. You just want to be alone. You just want to show the other people that you have a lot. Me, I have less. Yes, but where are we going? Where are we going? Let's support each other. So me today, I felt that I want to talk about these evil things that I'm seeing here in the village. And thanks to the people that yesterday I was sharing this information. It's only people are afraid to expose, and it's very even if we expose these things on the internet, it's really not good, because these young boys and girls have their parents. They have their parents, and maybe they don't know, their parents don't know, or their relatives don't know what they are doing. Because now young boys, young girls are stopping their education.
And see, when you stop learning, that's where the real problems begin. That is where the real problems begin, right? Because the people who are learned and who are evil at the same time, who are learned, correct myself, who are learned and they have evil intentions for those ones, those are the main people who are going to take advantage of people who stop learning, who stop being learned to become learned. Don't give up your education. No matter what it is that you do in life, whether if you don't make a lot of money in life or you do make a lot of money in life, don't stop your education. And the other thing is, you can never stop learning. So, I mean, if you could learn how to operate a GoPro, you can learn how to finish and go through school. Take some online courses or whatever. You can do it, but don't let people take advantage of you, because this is what happens a lot. When you stop your education, people will come after you so they can go ahead and what do you call it? I can't even think of the word. Exploit. They're going to exploit you.
You see, for example, today I'm gonna give you a small example. If today my son Tristan open a channel, he's still studying. So once he will start getting maybe donation or being paid by the YouTube, then my son will see that the only life is I have money. Why should I continue with my education?
Okay, I wanted to end it right there on this one. So now I have to take all you guys back to 2023, because this is going to be a shocker. So, like I said earlier, for those who were here at the start, we can't really say who was the person who is the founder, like it says in this title on this video, who is the founder of LGBT in Nyabohanse, because there can't really be any one founder. However, if there's a group, an organization, then that's different. But there cannot really be one founder. And it's not that type of situation. Well, every community has one, as in somebody's that way, right? Nobody's born that way. You become that way based on decisions. Okay. So the thing is here is what's going to come next is probably going to shock a lot of you. But the thing is, this person never took down their video. And be prepared. I'm going to go ahead and switch the video over, and we're going to react to the next video. So, and I'm sorry to call you Char. I meant Chai R. Sorry about that for messing up your name. I'm just moving a little too fast there. But anyway, I'm pretty relaxed today. And I love what Lucy says here. Farming is lucrative in Kenya if you are serious. Absolutely. Absolutely. And especially if you have enough land. Absolutely. Okay. So let me take a quick water break. I'll be right back, but I got something y'all can watch in the meantime so y'all don't get bored, but it'll only take about a minute. I'll be right back.
All right, guys, finally, here we are in Portland. Nope. That is in Oregon. And right here, this waterfall is called Multnomah Falls.
God have mercy upon us.
Wow. So finally, welcome to the United States of America. Welcome to New York City, the capital city of the United States of America. Wow.
God.
Okay, I'm back. I took a quick water break. So anyway, prepare yourself because this next reaction might surprise some of you. And I have a feeling that most of you never even witnessed what I'm about to show you. I'm sure some of you have and maybe forgot, but prepare yourself. Okay. So this is Mike Ventures again. And this video was uploaded on the 10th of May, 2023. Okay. Mike is wearing a rainbow shirt and it has the phobia word on it. Okay. I think this is shortly after he came back from Spain. You know how he's talked about he spent some time in Spain with some people that, if I can remember, was helping him with his foundation. They brought him to Spain. He got some ideas when he was in Spain. Spain is in Europe. Spain has quite a few people who don't have good intentions. That's not the majority, but there's quite a few people who travel and don't have good intentions. Okay. So without further ado, let's see what Mike had to say based on the title LGBTQ Analysis in Africa, Kenya, Iammarwa Village. Let's go.
Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Mike Ventures Africa. Go hit that notification bell, comment, like, and share. So guys, today is being beautiful morning. I want to speak about the LGBTQ, that is lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender. The LGBTQ community in Kenya and the African at large. So this has been a major topic mostly in the society and what has been going around the global. So I want to get more opinion and what do the people think about the LGBTQ, because I come from Kenya and I live in a village and people still don't understand what is the LGBTQ. So my main aim today is to understand how people think, and is these people are going to be accepted in the society, or what will happen in the future for the new generation. So today's video is I'm going to do the interview and trying to get different opinion from different people to try to see what do they think about the LGBTQ.
Okay, so like I knew Marwa came back to the village basically when he stopped majority of his traveling. This is before Roro and everybody, right? So this is before the party. This is before his construction, right? He made the plans to come home. So it was around that time I started watching Nyabohanse videos a little bit. And one of the very first videos I watched was this one. It came up on my radar. I saw the t-shirt and I'm like, I saw the title and I'm like, Okay, let's hear what he has to say because something here doesn't smell right. Right? So let's go.
With me, I'm really much open-minded because I've been traveling around the world. I've been in Europe, and today I'm just here in the village, and this is what I'm going to ask and try to share the good time with people and try to understand. So follow me and let's see what are the people's opinion. Thank you very much.
Hi guys, good morning, good morning. It's a beautiful morning. We thank God. This is Busura Masai. Don't forget to hit the notification bell down below, comment, like, and share to Mike Ventures Africa.
Hello, Masai. It's beautiful morning. Thank you for having me here. And today is being.
And if you look at her T-shirt, she's got the rainbow heart, and the borderline underneath is the rainbow stripe, right? So she's already got the gear on. This is already promoting. Yes, this is already in 2023 promoting this ritualistic thing in Nyabohanse.
Beautiful morning, and I just want to talk about the LGBTQ. Is a community which consists of lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender. I think this is a global trend issue nowadays, and some people start to talk about it because they are minor, which gets wrongly judged by the society. So, what is your opinion for the?
Okay, so listen to what he said. It's like it's minor and it gets judged wrong by society. What is it about it that's wrongly being judged? You know, the Bible says you shall not judge, right? But you're also supposed to give good judgment because the word judgment is talked about many times within the Old Testament. So you can't judge. What you cannot do is judge if somebody's going to go to heaven or hell. You can't do that because you don't know. You don't know what that person has done to secure themselves to get to heaven. Now we know a lot of people, they go a certain way. And I'm not talking about necessarily this way, a certain way. They're never going to go right according to what the scriptures talk about. And then you also have this. There's a lot of people who don't believe in the scriptures at all. They don't believe in Jesus. They don't believe in God, right? But they believe in something that is humanity, right? They believe in culture and they know that there's something wrong about this. So it's a little confusing when he says that, but what is it that they're wrongly judging about? I don't think they're judging anything wrongly about it. Well, let's continue.
LGBTQ in Kenya, in Africa, and the world at large?
Okay, personally, I'm not against the LGBTQ community because these are normal human beings.
Correction. These are not normal human beings. This is not part of normality. I mean, for one thing, people can say, "Oh, these types of people that are into this," they'll say, "Oh, well, animals do it." When a lion braces another lion and they're both males, it's because they're beasts. They're animalistic. They're not human. And there's a distinct difference between humans and beast. A beast doesn't know what they're doing, but humans do. So if you choose to be this way, because no one's born this way, and neither are animals born this way, if you choose to be this way, that's your own fault. Okay? Nobody can force you to be this way. So they are not normal by any sense of the word. And anytime you try to appease these people and you give them what they want, then that's never enough. They always want more. They want special rights over human rights. And this right is not a human right. Having access to clean water is a human right. Being able to breathe air is a human right. To do this between the same sex, that's not a human right. Don't try to mix up special rights with human rights, but let's continue.
And it's a will of a person. It depends on their choice. These people should not be denied to be who they are. And like Mike has said, it's a global trend, and we are in the 21st century.
And that's the thing. People keep saying this. It doesn't matter if it's the 21st century. If you have to revert to this, that means you are behind the times. People who are into the stuff they're coming out of the Stone Age. They are not advanced. They're not advancing their lives. They're not advanced in society. This is Stone Age behavior. And when you bring Stone Age behavior, this is when you say, this is the 21st century. Why are you still doing stuff like this? Right? We should all be getting along, but we shouldn't be accepting this type of buffoonery in any type of way.
The world is changing, everything is moving. We are not stuck into the old days where someone.
This is old day behavior. This is talked about 54 times in the Bible. 54 times it's been brought up.
Would be maybe a lesbian or gay, and he or she cannot tell their parents because he has fear, because the people are going to judge him or her based on their community and cultural ways. If everyone could just try and be optimistic on this, then the world would be a better place. These people are normal human beings and they should be accepted in the society. Even the Kenyan government should overlook on this and try to.
Why should they overlook on it? Because if they overlook on it and it becomes like the way it is here in America, where children are being sodomized a lot more than ever before in this country, more than ever before. You know, in the country of Afghanistan, and that's a Muslim country, did you know 100% of the men are this way? 100% of the men are this way, and that's not even supposed to be in Islam, right? But it is in Afghanistan. You can look it up. When all the American soldiers are over there and the British soldiers are over there, a lot of times when they had to go in and do excursions to fight with these guys, sometimes they caught them in the middle of them doing this stuff. And I'm not going to mention what they described that they saw and what they had to do when they came upon these dead bodies. It was absolutely it was disgusting. But in Afghanistan, this is the way it is. This is not normal. Now, the women in Afghanistan are not like that, but the men, they are, because basically that's what they're taught to do at a young age. Right? So let me just hear her again. Let me just hear her again.
And cultural ways. If everyone could just try and be optimistic on this, then the world would be a better place.
It's not going to be a better place. It's only gotten worse because these people are never, ever satisfied. The mental illness is at an all-time high. The evil is at an all-time high. The politics is disgusting politics is at an all-time high. I'm sorry, Masai, but you have no idea what you're talking about.
These people are normal human beings and they should be accepted in the society. Even the Kenyan government should overlook on this and try to reason with this minor community.
True, it's a minor community. But look at the influence that they have had. That's why I said they'll use your silence by not addressing the issue. Talking about it and just casual talk about it is one thing, and you should never have casual talk, but addressing the issue to stop it in its tracks. If you don't do that, they'll use that silence against you.
Because I think they should be given a chance to live their life the way they want, not to be denied this freedom. Yeah, that's what I think.
So I think as we from the village, do we have these people in the village?
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Yes, we have them a lot. Like, but it depends. It depends. Someone cannot just go.
Okay, so she said, and this is 2023, May of 2023, just under 3 years ago. She's saying, yes, there's a lot. And this is really, when she says there's a lot, this is around the time when, about a year before this, is when Marwa came back. But they were already there. Why? Is because people were visiting that village from other countries and influencing people. People were getting in contact with some of the people that had access to the internet in that village and influencing the people. They were doing it both ways.
Go out there and be like, I'm a lesbian, I'm gay, because they fear that these people are going to judge them, criticize them based on their will.
Another thing, if I know you are open-minded, I know you are Christian.
Let's see here. Chayar, yes, you're correct. And I do know that. It is something that was being practiced before that country became a Muslim country. But the thing is that it's still there. So even as Muslims, and they're supposed to do away with that according to the religion, it's still there. And that's the thing. It's still there. So it's a rampant thing within that culture. And it's just become worse in America, became worse in Europe more than it's ever been before. And that's why I'm saying, it's like, if they don't get a handle on this, it's going to get really bad in Nyabohanse. It's already bad now. It's going to get really bad. But that's what I meant. That's why I was bringing up Afghanistan.
Yes,
Do you support, or you don't support it?
Okay, I'm a Christian. Yes, I'm a Christian. I go to Roman Catholic. The Bible is against it. Yes, the Bible is against it. But come to think of it, we are in the 21st century. And
see, she's bringing up the 21st century again. So there's no time limit. So why are we given a time limit on this? You got to remember, there's a lot of people who don't believe in God. There's a lot of people who don't believe in the scriptures, and they still don't agree with this. So what about those people? Are you going to tell them it's the 21st century as well? Not just the God-fearing people, but what about the non-God-fearing people? Should they suffer because of this being the 21st century? No, they have more important things to do than worry about something like this.
if you reason with me, the world is changing. I don't know what to say, but the world is just
So
changing.
I'm gonna say that you are open-minded.
Yes, I'm
So
open-minded, but
you-
I'm a Christian.
Yeah.
And yes, I'm a Christian. The Bible is against it because God created Adam and Eve.
Yeah.
And God gave them children like Cain and Abel.
Yeah.
It wasn't Eve and Eve or Adam and Adam.
Yeah.
But I think no one is born a lesbian or gay. It depends. Maybe.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. I mean, thank you.
Oh my God! Wow!
Thank you for saying that, Masai. Because that's the truth. Thank you so much. She deserves a round of applause. Like seriously. Thank you so much. But let's continue.
Sometimes how the person is raised, and it depends even with the community. Like us in our community, if you tell someone you are a lesbian or gay, they're going to judge you like big time.
Yeah, exactly. So if today I know you have family, you have kids. So if you notice that one of your son or your daughter is lesbian or bisexual or transgender, how will you take it?
There's something we call love, and what I know about love is putting someone's need before yours. So I'm going to love my kid because he or she is my kid. I'm not going to
Neglect
or judge.
Well, Masai, you could roll that way, but I don't roll that way. Sorry.
Him or her, but I'm going to love I will still love him or her, even if
I mean, nobody expects their children to grow up to be that way. And to put their needs, like that kind of need, before the love of your child that you have for them, there's no way. It's like, my love is not going to help support that. If I had a child and I found out that is what my child was into, The relationship between me and my child is over. Now, if they can ever redeem themselves later on and actually change, like for real, then we can see from there. But if that's what you're going to be into, to me, it's no different than unaliving people. It's the same category. It's the same crime against humanity. That's what it is.
Was even if you fell in love with animals, I'm still going to love my kids.
This is nice. So
See right there, and this is what I wanted people to really listen to her say that. Even if my kid loved animals, which is bestiality, right? Some people would say, "Oh, bestiality is worse. It's not the same thing." Correct. It's not the same thing, but there's one thing that it is the same. See, the word sodomy means going after strange flesh. So what's going after strange flesh? Having anal intercourse with somebody, that's sodomy. Having oral, that's sodomy. Playing with toys, that's sodomy. Messing with children, that's sodomy. Messing with the same sex, that's sodomy. Messing with animals, that's sodomy. Messing with foreign objects like tailpipes in a car and all that other stuff, that's sodomy. That means you're going after strange flesh. You are a strange person. You're a strange individual. You're a strange human being in a society of a lot of people who are not strange. So, going after animals and going after the same sex, it's under the same umbrella. It's sodomy.
so what will you tell the world about a lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender? What will you give them, as in for the people who are watching this video, and then maybe we have these people? What are your advice, or what can you tell the world about the what has been happening in African country? Most of country don't support the LGBTQ. So what do you think in the future? Are they going to be accepted mostly in the community society?
Okay, this is Africa. And it's just a few countries that they've accepted this LGBTQ thing. But I think with time, because the world is changing, I think with time they'll just come and agree and reason with a lot of people and see that people are supposed to live their life. And I think they'll just come to accept it.
Okay, thank you very much. And thank you for giving me your idea.
For her to say that like that just lets me, I always looked at her as somebody that was level-headed. And I think she is in general. She's level-headed. I think when it comes to certain things like this, she doesn't have a grasp on reality, and that's unfortunate. Now, I'm telling you, she is a smart woman. She really is. But when it comes to something like this, she doesn't have a grasp on reality, and I noticed that a lot. Ever since I started coming to Kenya, like 20 years ago, over 20 years ago. It doesn't. When you're not used to seeing or hearing or experiencing certain things that in other countries they see it all the time, you become very well, you're naive to start with, but you can also become more naive as time goes if you let just anybody explain to you what it is, what it really is. Because if somebody is for it, like a lot of NGOs are for it, and Chayar just happened to bring up NGO in her next statement here, they're supporting this, right? And they're educating people with misinformation about what it is. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to know that this is wrong. If you knew it was wrong before and you let somebody try to influence you the wrong way, and a lot of times the way they influence you is just by being nice to you, right? And say things like, these people don't bother anybody. They mind their own business. They don't mind their own business. They bother everybody and they don't mind their own business. You know, it's the only time that they don't mess with people, the majority of the time, unless they can get away with it, is when people stand up to it and put it in its place in the closet where it belongs. So it's like that old thing, what you do in your own bedroom is your own business. And it really is. But you bring it out of your bedroom into society, like putting the flag in your window so everybody knows what goes on in that bedroom. That is none of my business. And I really don't want to see that flag in the damn window. So, yeah, you're right, Nikki. It is a lack of understanding. Like, she truly, genuinely is a good person. She really is. That, and I just see this a lot, even with my wife. You know, my wife is over the last 20 years. She's not the same as she was when I first met her, but a lot of things that we talk about, things that are like considered cultural norms in other places, other countries. It was just a lack of understanding. You're right. It was a lack of understanding. And when I would try to explain things about America, it's like it took a long time for her to believe it, right? And well, now she knows. Now she knows. It didn't take her 20 years to know, but it took about a good 10 years for her to really get a grasp on the things that I was telling her when certain things would come up or questions that she would have. You know, I'd let her know this, yeah, this either yes or no, this is real or this is not real, what you see on TV. Okay, you see this on TV, but now do you understand what I just explained? Do you understand it now? See, like explaining it and then understanding it are two totally different things. And I've learned that a lot. I even learned that I used to teach people computer lessons. It's the same thing. There's a lack of understanding when you're trying to get somebody to go from the Windows platform to the Mac platform or the Mac platform to the Windows platform. There's a lot of lack of understanding. But once you can, you know, get to that point where you start seeing the similarities and teach them the similarities of both platforms, then they get it, you know? Um, Shire is saying the NGOs that prop up as educational foundations that teach children about this and actually turn them. Yeah. And that's a big problem. And that should be barred from Kenya and all other countries that are not into this so-called cultural norm of Western society. Otto says, but I would rather see the flag and know that is you to keeping it quiet and being shocked. Well, the thing is, the flag is promoting, is advertising. That's why I don't want to see it. It's like you could pretty much, if you see that person that lives in that bedroom, right? You see them come out of their apartment or whatever, right? And you can tell that they're like that. Then you don't even need to know from their window. It's like we know. Majority of the time, we know. So, but to advertise it like that is also to have little kids see that, and it's trying to normalize that. That's the issue. It's the promotion. But let's go ahead and continue with Messiah.
Ideas and your thoughts. So let's see what other people will tell us about what do they think about the LGBTQ. It was nice meeting you, and thank you for having me.
I appreciate
it. Yes, hello guys, it's Gentanyi Senior here. That's my YouTube channel name, and today we are with Mike Venture Africa. We are going to discuss about the LGBTQ, the trending. That's the thing that is trending currently in Africa, our continent. Now, Mike Dale is going to ask me some of the question about the LGBTQ. What did I know about it? Yes.
So, guys, this is Gentanyi Senior. Go check Gentanyi Senior's YouTube channel. And today, in fact, we want to ask people about the LGBTQ and try to get their opinion, because we're from the village. We were raised in the village, and now we can understand these are trending issue about the LGBTQ. So, Gentanyi, as now you're studying in Nairobi and you've been meeting different people, what do you think about the LGBTQ in Africa or in Kenya?
Before I get exposed, I didn't even have the idea about the LGBTQ. But when I went to the city, that's the capital city of the country, Kenya, Nairobi, that's when I came to realize that LGBTQ should be, people should not despise it. Actually, those people should be given their rights. They are doing the thing that, uh, some of people who came to be lesbian, they are not doing it from their own perspective
Or influence.
influence. It's just thing that they are born with. So those people should be given their rights. They should do things that they want. Those people, they are also human beings. So lesbians should not be despised. You should not separate them. Yeah, you isolate yourself from them. Those are also the human beings. So they should be given their rights. They should do things openly. They are human beings.
Yeah. So do you think as time goes?
So as he said, when he started going to Nairobi to university, that's when he started getting exposed to the idea that it should be just okay. The thing is that when he talks about like giving them the rights, nobody took away the rights. And that's the thing. Nobody's ever taken away the rights. Not even in African countries I see. I don't see any country where it's illegal that people are taking away the rights. You got to remember what this thing that they're into is not a human right. That's one thing. Right? And you don't have a right to impose it on people, whether they live in the city where it's quote unquote modern or back in the village. You don't have the right to impose this on other people. And really you don't have the right, because it's promoting, to show off in public with this. Keep it behind closed doors where it belongs, because that's where it belongs.
Do you think they will be accepted in the society? Because you see now in the big cities, people are open-minded in terms of education and exposure, but back to the village or back to the countryside, still people don't understand. So do you think in the future this LGBTQ will be accepted in the society, or this will take long time to be accepted?
As the time goes, I personally, my opinions, as the time goes, the culture is being eroded. So it will reach time that traditions, norms, and culture will go away. Then people will start to do their things. Nowadays, people have developed. Every person is now educated. They know what is LGBTQ, and they can do it in a perfect way. As the culture will be eroded, and the tradition. That's the only thing that limits that thing. People believe that a man cannot be with another man. A woman cannot.
Okay, so he's starting to make some sense, right? I mean, if you look at things that A.M. Carroll has said, OT has said, quite a few reactors have said, right, is that back in the old days, it's good that we're getting rid of our barbaric ways. Some cultural norms, not all, some cultural norms back in the day, which is back in the cave day, like I was talking about. This act is the cave days. This is from back in the caves. This has nothing to do with this is the 21st century. Right? So things that we're talking about, all of us are talking about, are the things that actually harm people, like FGM, cutting girls, when that right there is something that's dangerous. A lot of people die after that. They're psychologically scarred and all that other stuff. All around the world, there are cultural norms that have actually put people's lives in danger based on beliefs. And this is just another one of those many things, as Mike said, plural, things that are an issue. And so when we're talking about coming into the 21st century and getting rid of some of our old ways that did nothing but harm, it's because we're human. We're trying to improve our cultural ways without losing all of our culture. There can't be one culture that's monolithic. However, in each culture, whether they've totally eradicated the dangerous stuff within that culture or they're still working on it. The fact is, people are improving on it. And that's the great thing about being a human being, is that we can figure this out. We can change for the better, where animals cannot do that. Animals can't think in that capacity. Only humans can think in that capacity. Only humans can behave in that capacity. We're not beast unless you want to be a beast. So let's continue.
Not with another woman, but those things are being done in the city. So by the time when the tradition and the norms will be eroded, I think the
Hello, Melanie.
you will be there.
Will be there.
Yeah.
So they should be, because as recently there was a bill that was supposed to be passed in the parliament, but due to the Christianism tradition and other religions did not supported the LGBTQ. But you're saying as time goes, people are getting more open-minded, so it will be accepted.
Yes.
And I believe that we still have these people in the society. It's only that they are hiding.
They are hiding themselves.
Yeah. So
you know, Kenya is a developing country. We
Kenya
have
is,
developed countries from the outside the continent. So outside the continent, the developed countries, those things are being practiced.
Okay.
But you know, in Kenya, because Kenya is a developing country, is in that process of developing. When it will reach the time of developed, now we call it a developed country. These people who are hiding, we also have them around. It's only that they cannot tell you.
They cannot tell
They
us.
fear.
So with Gitani Senior just talk about this developing topic and this, it's making me wonder if he believes that because a developing country is developed, I'm wondering if he's thinking that this is part of the development. This behavior is part of that development. Because if he thinks that, he's really lost. Again, this is behavior that comes from the Stone Ages. You know, this is caveman behavior. Let's continue.
Do you, at the first time, and then you've been growing, when you realize that there is this kind of gayism, bisexual, and these whatever transgenders, so what was the first reaction when you heard this about the lesbianism and bisexual and transgender? What was your first reaction?
In fact, the first day I saw those, they were two men.
There were two men.
Yeah. One man and another man, they were kissing. They were kissing.
They were kissing
in the club. Then I was very much shocked.
These were, you saw them in the club?
Yeah, in the town.
In the town.
I was shocked.
You were shocked.
Even I had an headache. I was like, what are they doing?
What are they doing? A man kissing another man.
A man kissing another man. Then I was like, what?
What?
Is this Kenya?
Is this Kenya?
You know, I've been in village for so long. When I went to the city, that's when I was.
So you were shocked.
I was.
By the time goes, you came to realize it.
By the time goes, I met many of them. In our school, there is girls who a girl kiss another girl. So it came to be normal to me. So that's why I'm telling you that by the time, you know, if even me, I took time to accept that thing.
You took time.
You took time. But
so and now you have even friends.
I have friends who are lesbians.
Many.
You know, I work with girls who a girl is dating another girl, and she's my friend. Oh,
nice.
Yes.
So what can you tell the world about this about the LGBTQ? Just what is your last idea, or what is your last of that you can tell people about people who are watching these videos?
Don't despise those guys. They are okay. Let them do their things. They have rights.
They have rights.
People, yeah. It's only that we are going to have the population. People, the population will go down because they will not giving birth. You know, when a man is with another man, they can't give birth.
So, guys, it's all about why we want.
And see, here's the thing that Gitani Senior doesn't understand. Majority of these people. This what I'm about to say is the reason why bisexuality does not actually exist. Think about that. It doesn't actually exist. Because the people who say that they're gay, meaning the same, what do the majority of them do? They still have sex with the opposite sex, which in turn, a lot of times when these people do that, they continue to spread diseases. right? So this is caveman behavior. Back in the cave days, this is caveman behavior. So again, Gitani Senior is the same guy that I interviewed, like a week or so apart from Ernest a couple years ago, and he's the same person after the interview that would constantly beg me for money. I told him stop doing it. Eventually, I had to out him for it. For those who remember, but it's like during the interview, you thought he's like a level-headed guy and stuff like that. But when you listen to his reasoning here, and then him begging me for money, it's like this guy really has a lack of understanding. And to me, I couldn't trust him. When he kept begging me for money, I couldn't trust him. There was one quote he made in a DM to me. He said, "With friends like you, I cannot go wrong," meaning he was asking me for money. Because before he said that, he was asking me for, I don't know, 1,000 shillings or something like that, 500 shillings. He just kept doing it over and over. So eventually I had to out him, and he stopped.
To try to understand about the LGBTQ, try to raise awareness, people to understand about the LGBTQ. We don't want to neglect, or we don't want to put people in to despise them or to just tell them this is the right things to do. No, we just want to get opinion, because we live now in advanced life, and it's all about coming together and trying to get more ideas and trying to see how we can be in the same community, instead of neglecting the other people because they are in the LGBTQ community and we are in the Christian and wherever. So it's all, we have to be together as brothers and try to understand each other. So our main aim is to take the view.
Thank you, Carol, for coming up. It's been a long time. I was on mute. Thank you for coming in. Let me play this. Okay.
And the ideas and try to share and try to see how we can be together as brothers and sisters.
Those are also human beings.
Yeah, they are also human beings. They need rights and everything. Yeah. So we hope in the future, and as time goes, people will understand that they will be given rights, especially in African. It's most of the country are not supporting the LGBT, but we hope these they will be given rights.
That's a great question, actually. It's like maybe something hit close to home with him, right? Maybe it has nothing to do with this at all. He's probably using this as an opportunity. I'm just hypothetical on this one. I'm not making any allegations. Maybe it's a hypothetical. He's in competition because remember, we caught him allegedly doing scams, right? He had his own scams going on. Nairobi teacher was investigating him, right? I caught him in some lies back in the day. So and this was the first time I seen him was this video. This is before I got on the COQ squad with him being on there and me being on there at the same time. This is the first video I saw of Mike. And also there's something about him. He's saying that well, actually, I'm going to leave that alone. I'm going to leave that alone because that's totally unrelated. I don't want to bring unrelated stuff in this. But he might be in competition with other people in the village and getting donations. Maybe he's trying to clear some of the bad imagery. Maybe he's losing out on his foundation with sponsorship. I mean, it's possible, right? If the word of Nyabohanse is getting out that it's a scammer paradise, right? Who would want their donations to be sent to somebody that they don't know if their $100 is actually going to go to help a child's education? Maybe it's affecting them in that type of way. We just don't know. Mike knows, but we don't, right? So let's see what Carol has to say. Mr. Edwards was to come sponsor. Mike worked it out. Yeah, it was Mike himself who contacted me through IG to speak to Mr. Edwards about trying to get Fellow the Boy prosecuted, whatever at that time. Actually, I was looking at my files. I have that video. I'm going to re-upload that video about Fellow the Boy and and stuff like that. So it's like messy with Sir Edwards, just so I could put it back on my catalog. But yeah, it was Mike himself who called me that was working with Sir Edwards through that whole debacle with Fellow the Boy. And I can't remember exactly. I'd have to watch that video again because I know I said it in the video because it was fresh in my mind at that time. But I was asking Mike some questions that he could not answer, and I thought that was very odd about that situation with Sir Edwards. And then I found some things about Sir Edwards that was pretty crazy. And then when I actually tried to help Sir Edwards with a lawyer, I told him not to speak with reactors. What does he do? He goes to Ernest, and I think it was Masuba 1, and try to give them the same information to react on that he gave to me, which I was not going to react on. It was just crazy. I hurried up and contacted the lawyer I was going to hook up with. I was like, you know what? Don't even help him because he just did the opposite of what I told him. Because I even told Sir Edwards, like, hey, don't say anything that you talk about with your lawyer, not even to me. Right? So when he went to 2 reactors to try to get Fellow the Boy in trouble because he was impatient, right? You can't trust somebody like that. But he had some very he was doing some cornering. He was doing some cornering. I found out on my own that was totally unrelated. So that's when I knew the passport bro thing was coming out of him. I was like, nah, we can't let this guy in Nyabohanse. Can't even let him in Kenya. I just found out that one of your moderators want to block me on all of the channels, but it's okay. I won't say the name. Oh, at AM Carol. I thought you were talking towards me. Okay. So AM Carol, you got something to address there. All right, let's get back to Mike.
Or to have freedom of movement and not doing things by hiding, especially in the society. Yes. So guys, this is Gentanyi Senior.
Yeah. Go and check me on my YouTube channel. Gentanyi Senior 254.
254.
Yeah.
Yes. Follow us for more videos. I want to ask you about the LGBTQ. LGBTQ ni mwanamume na mwanaume kwa.
Okay, so on this part right here, it's going to be in Swahili or whatever, so I'm not going to be able to interpret. But maybe Chayar or somebody can answer what he's to the chat on what he's going to say to Mike.
Wana ama mwanamke na mwanamke kuoana, wewe unafikiriaje maoni yako?
Mimi maoni yangu naona kwamba hiyo itawezekana. Kwa sababu gani? Mwanaume nitawaje mwanaume mwenzangu? Tukikorofisiana kwamba tumechokozana, itakuja iweje? Tutapigana ama nitampiga, atakubali kweli nimpige? Hiyo naona kwamba hatakubali. Tumetoka wote shambani, tumechoka wote, nitakubali kweli anitume nimuletee maji ati nioge? Haezi. Unaona? Hiyo sasa ndio inaleta maneno kama hayo.
So ukubaliana na LGBTQ? Hapana. Kwa maoni yako, watu wanataka kusupport LGBTQ, mwanamke kuoa mwanamke mwingine ama mwanaume kuoa mwanaume mwingine. Kwa maoni yako wewe unafikiria nini katika nchi za Kiafrika? Inawezekana?
Haiwezekani.
Kwa nini?
Kwa sababu
kwanza, kwa majina unaitwa nani?
Mimi naitwa Samuel.
Ya Samuel. Unatoka wapi?
Ninatoka hapa kwenye Nyabohanse.
Nyabohanse. Haya, kwa maoni yako unaweza sema nini?
Mimi kwa maoni yangu, mwanaume na yani mtu wa jinsia moja haiwezekani kuoana. Kwa sababu mwanaume ana asili yake na mwanamke ana asili yake. Wakati Mungu alipoanza kuumba, aliumba kwa kutofautisha. Sisi hatuna maungo ya mwanamke na mwanamke hana maungo ya mwanaume. Kwa hiyo hayo mambo hayawezekani kabisa.
Hawezekani.
Hayawezekani.
Lakini katika kizazi kinakuja, unaona kama mambo yatabadilika katika kizazi kipya? Kwa sababu sana tunauliza watu wanasema ni Wakristo na hawawezi kubali LGBTQ. So wewe katika hii miaka inayokuja, unadhani kama watu watabadilika?
Lakini kimaoni haiwezekani, haitabadilika kwa sababu maumbile zinaachana. Mwanamke ana maumbile yake na mwanaume ana maumbile yake. Sasa kubadilika kwake sio rahisi.
Sio rahisi. Sawa, nashukuru.
So you see, today I'm asking people about the LGBTQ because in African continent, most of the country don't support the LGBTQ. So I was meeting some guys and asked them what do they think, what are their opinion. Maybe Masai, you can say something about the LGBTQ. Do you also support the LGBTQ? Oh, we speak about the LGBTQ. So I'm here with my relative, and we're gonna share something about the LGBTQ because
Like, okay, so he said that this is his relative. I forget the guy's name on the left, but we all should know who he is. But it just lets you know that how connected this whole village is. It's like we talked about this so many times before, and they've said it so many times before that it seems like everybody's related in this particular village. Let's continue.
In African continent, Kenya and here in the village, people don't know what is LGBTQ, and most people in the cities or in the big town, most of them don't support LGBTQ. So I don't know, what are your thoughts about the LGBTQ? Do you support?
One thing I came to understand, this is something about love, something about romance. To me, that I understand, I'll pick my ideology personally. I don't support.
You don't support?
I don't.
Yeah.
Totally, I disagree. Because even in the scriptures, Satan saw it beautiful to seduce Eve instead of seducing Adam. Yeah. And me being a livestock farmer, I normally rear cattle. I normally see, I have bulls, I have heifers, but never have I ever seen a bull climbing upon another bull. So if these species, these animals cannot see the logistics of loving a bull, loving another bull, why don't we human beings support that kind of crap? Yeah. So personally, I won't support that. I won't, because I've not seen it happen. I was born as a result of my father loving my mother. I was not born as a result of my dad loving another dad. So I think I can stick to that. So I don't and I won't.
So personally. So you don't even have friends who are lesbian or are gays?
Actually, back in our place, they don't feel free. They don't expose themselves.
But they are there even in the village?
I think they're in the society, but now they don't, because we have rules, we have norms, we have culture. Once in our culture, like here right now, Del, once we know that you involving yourself in such kind of act, man, there's severe consequence, one. And secondly, there's a curse that you normally fear, the black supremacy inside us. So we don't, yeah, I do have a friend, but he's never exposed. Not unless she may be my friend, but she friend zones me. Maybe I can say that.
And if suppose you identify that your friends, some of your friends are gays or are lesbianism or transgenders, will you neglect them, or will you just accept them as the way they are, or how will you take them?
So that's their own
society.
Actually, that's their own decision to make. To me, I was told to love, but not to cut with you. You know, there's one proverb in Swahili that normally say kwamba ndege wa ubawa moja wanaruka pamoja, kwamba birds of the same feather flocks together. So once I actually don't criticize him or her. It's all about what she feels and what he feels. But to me, I still make my stand. As long as it doesn't hinder on what I feel and what I look at. So I cannot judge. That's not my work. That's God's work. But personally, I have friends.
And do you think, in the future, recently we saw on it was in the parliament, they wanted to pass the bill so that in Kenya they should the LGBTQ to these people to have freedom, but it was not easy because of we are Christian, we come from the a culture or society. So do you think in the future people will be accepted in the society?
African society, normally things go on changing. But all I know, in the future, maybe Yes.
Maybe.
Because we don't know what these people are introducing in our schools. We have kids, yes. We have people in schools. But in the future, maybe it can be as long as imposed to us, forced deep down on our throats. But personally, I don't accept that. I don't accept lesbianism. I don't accept sodomy. I don't accept anything that entails itself because I'm a product of love. I was loved by my father, by my mother. I wasn't loved by my father and my father.
But you respect them.
I respect and I love that.
And you love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Me myself, I've been asking people about the what do they think about the LGBTQ, and I'm putting this T-shirt, and I also say that I'm open-minded, and I just want to give people their freedom and what they feel like is good for them. But you know, as you've said, we came from a society of where people don't even understand what is LGBTQ mean, and how do men to men get married, married, and
Sentake, that's it.
women and men, women and women.
Actually, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Sorry to cut you.
Akini, thank you for coming
the
in.
sign on this rainbow, back in African culture and said, this is a sign of rain, and rain is a sign of blessing. So you cannot take this sign and tell me it's a blessing, man to man. But actually, this is my idea and me speaking. This is a sign of rain. Me being a farmer, I expect rain. But one thing that we know, totally, I don't, and I won't, and I.
Okay, thank you very much for sharing your ideas on LGBTQ.
Yeah.
So I appreciate, and I'm happy because you also respect them. You just don't accept them.
We just don't.
Yeah,
we respect, but that's their business, not our business.
So guys, today has been really nice, great morning, you know, on this topic on LGBTQ, meeting people, sharing ideas and thoughts. So it has been really amazing, you know, like I believe that people have different feelings, different thoughts, you know, and it's all about being open-minded and try to accept people's opinions. So we are not doing this video to just discriminate people or try to push other people or try to make people understand or try to change people's mind to support the LGBTQ. No, we are just trying to raise awareness and trying to get more ideas from different people because we are from the village and the world is advancing digitally. So thank you for supporting always. Thank you for watching our videos. We are all not best, but we are trying. So guys, go subscribe to Mike Ventures Africa, and I'm here with the
Gentanyi
Senior 254.
This is how my channel look like.
Yes, Gentanyi Senior. So go support Gentanyi. So let's all come together and support each other. Strong. We love you. See you for the next content.
Okay, everybody. I mean, for those who were watching me react to his video from the other day to this from 3 years ago, it's quite the contrast. So now I guess a lot of people are confused, I'm sure, and will be confused who are going to come back and watch this later, is that what changed between 2023 and 2026 with Mike? Why is he singing a different tune? Right? And everything that his wife said in this video in 2023, is she also singing a different tune as well? Because, it could be just a facade, but we don't know for sure. But Mike knows, right? And things like this will come out in the wash later. But the thing is that this is 2023, and this video is a promotion. The type of stuff that he was talking against the other day, and when the government came to Nyabohanse to read off those 27 YouTubers on that list, it was, as far as I could understand from Carol's live stream and OT and everybody, is that this was the government coming in to put their foot down in some type of way, because this is an issue. We can't let this get out of hand. So in 2023, who was one of the people that helped to get it out of hand in the first place. That was Mike. That was Mike. Right? So Mike is guilty on that in 2023. Has he changed? Has he reformed? I don't know. What I talked about just a few minutes ago, is he looking at all the other YouTubers as competition because his foundation might be suffering from getting donations? Well, if that's the case, Mike probably also would have to think about what's the economy like worldwide right now? What are the political tensions right now between different countries to where people probably can't send donations on top of what's going on in Nyabohanse? But that's just me speculating because I don't know if that's what's going on or not. But Mike knows, because Mike was the one who got on the microphone that day on that video and started talking about the problems to the crowd in Nyabohanse with the government officials or the police there, whoever was there. DCC. I was thinking it was the DCI, but DCC, whatever. Mike knows why he got on that microphone. So now maybe Mike will watch this video. I did tag him. Maybe he'll come out with another video and he can explain why he got on that microphone and what's the real reason behind it. Because if it's, to me right now, I have a hard time believing Mike is being sincere about what's going on in the village based off this video here. Based off of this one video. So I don't tell people what to do, right? But I do help inform people sometimes about, just like I'm always telling people that when you come to Kenya and you want to buy land, you're not going to own the land unless you become a citizen. You can lease land, but you're not going to be the owner of that land. Freehold and leasehold are two totally different things. And if you don't want to understand that and you want to get pissed off at the Kenyan government or me for just telling the truth, tough. Just tough. Sir Edwards obviously didn't want to believe it, but tough. And I don't care at that point. But let me see what you guys are saying here. Char is saying he's swaying in the wind according to where the strength is leaning. An opportunist, yes, and there's a lot of those. Definitely a lot of those. Is this the Mike Ventures who chickens died? Yeah, and he's the one who's when Nairobi teacher and him were arguing, and he lifted up his shirt and he says, "I'm suffering from chicken disease" or something like that. I don't know if you guys remember that, but that was like one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Yeah, me cracking up. But he was basically going off on Nairobi teacher, lifting up his shirt, saying, I got chicken disease or something. Not chicken pox, but chicken something. Oh, chicken sickness. I think that's what it is. I got the chicken sickness. But anyway, yeah, that's the same guy. The same guy. All right, everybody, I'm not going to keep you long. I think Carol and everybody else is going to be coming up live sometime today. So this is what I wanted to react to, you guys, and let you know that, yeah, this is Mike Ventures. He exposed the LGBT 1234 in Nyabohanse. And it makes you wonder why. And it also makes me wonder why, because of this video is very fruity in 2023. Mike, I'm just asking a question, but Mike, are you Mr. Fruits?
Oh my God! Wow!
I'm out, everybody. Thank you for coming in. Cheers.
All right, guys, finally here we are in Portland. Nope. That is in Oregon. And right here, this waterfall is called Multnomah Falls.
God have mercy upon us.
Wow. So finally, welcome to the United States of America. Welcome to New York City, the capital city of The United States of America. Wow.
God have mercy upon us.